Between the Black Sea and the towering Caucasus Mountains lies a country that blends ancient history, dramatic landscapes, and vibrant culture, all within a region often overlooked by mainstream tourism. This is Georgia, the country, not the US state, and while it might not dominate travel headlines, it's one of the most rewarding and diverse places you could ever visit. Positioned at the intersection of Europe and Asia, Georgia borders Russia, Turkey, Armenia, Azerbaijan, and the Black Sea. Its location has made it a crossroads of civilizations for thousands of years, a place where East meets West, tradition meets innovation, and nature meets cities in a striking harmony. You can see it in the buildings, taste it in the food, hear it in the language, and feel it in the atmosphere. The capital city, Tbilisi, is the perfect starting point. It's a city of contrasts, and that's a good thing. On one street, you'll find centuries-old churches and traditional wooden balconies leaning over cobblestone alleys. Around the corner, a futuristic glass bridge, urban art, hip cafes, and a thriving nightlife scene. The sulfur baths of Abano Tabani, the scenic Narikala Fortress, and the historic Anchascati Basilica offer glimpses into the city's deep roots, while areas like Fabrika, a former Soviet sewing factory turned cultural hub, showcase modern creativity and youth culture. But Georgia isn't just about cities. Travel in any direction and the scenery changes dramatically. Head north to Kazbegi, and you'll find one of the country's most iconic views, the Georgian Trinity Church standing proudly beneath Mount Kazbek. The church sits alone on a grassy hill, framed by jagged peaks, a scene so perfect it feels like a painting. Further west, in the region of Imereti, lies Kutaisi, one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in Europe. It's home to Bagrati Cathedral and the Galati Monastery, both UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Nearby, you can explore Prometheus Cave, filled with underground lakes and glowing rock formations, or wander through the Martvili and Okatsi canyons, with waterfalls, forest trails, and glass skywalks that float above dramatic cliffs. In the south, the cave city of Vardzia tells another story. Built into a cliffside in the 12th century, it once housed thousands of monks, connected by hidden stairways and tunnels carved directly into rock. Even today, parts of the monastery are still active. Close by is the spa town of Borjomi, famous for its mineral water springs and lush national park, a perfect spot for hiking, relaxation, and nature lovers. And then there's Veneti, one of Georgia's most unique regions. Nestled high in the Caucasus Mountains, its isolation has helped preserve ancient traditions, language, and architecture. Towering stone houses with medieval watchtowers line the villages of Mestia and Ushkili, where snow-covered peaks rise dramatically in every direction. This is a place where time seems to slow down and modern life feels a world away. Georgia also has a coastline. On the shores of the Black Sea, the city of Batumi offers yet another contrast. It's a beach destination with a twist, blending palm-lined boulevards and pebbled beaches with bold architecture and a lively boardwalk. The Alphabet Tower, the dancing fountains, the quirky statues, all reflect a city that's playful, expressive, and growing fast as a resort town. Then there's the food. Georgian cuisine is one of the country's biggest surprises. It's rich, hearty, and unforgettable. From khinkali, the juicy meat dumplings, to khachapuri, the gooey cheese-filled bread shaped like a boat, the dishes are designed to be shared. Meals are a social ritual, often accompanied by long toasts, local wine, and an endless supply of stories. The supra, a traditional Georgian feast, is more than just dinner. It's a celebration of life, led by a toastmaster known as the Tamada, who guides the table through moments of humor, wisdom, and reflection. Speaking of wine, Georgia is one of the oldest wine-producing regions in the world, with a winemaking tradition that dates back over 8,000 years. In the Kakheti region, vineyards stretch across the countryside, and families still use clay vessels called kvevris buried in the ground to ferment their wine, a technique so ancient and unique it's been recognized by UNESCO. Wine isn't just a product here. It's a symbol of identity, history, and hospitality. That hospitality is legendary. In Georgia, guests are treated with immense respect and generosity. There's a saying, a guest is a gift from God. And it's not just a saying, it's how people actually live. Whether you're invited into someone's home for a home-cooked meal or simply offered directions with a smile, the warmth and openness of Georgian people are consistently mentioned by travelers as one of the best parts of their experience. Religion is another central part of Georgian culture. The country adopted Christianity in the 4th century, making it one of the oldest Christian nations in the world. You'll find ancient churches perched on cliffs, nestled in forests, or built into mountainsides. Many still draw pilgrims today, including the Svetitskavli Cathedral in Skida, said to house the robe of Christ, and the isolated Kachki Pillar, a natural limestone monolith with a church built on top, accessible only by ladder. Georgia's uniqueness isn't just in its places. It's in its people, its rhythms, and the unexpected moments that happen along the way. Whether it's sharing wine with strangers, stumbling upon a folk music performance in the hills, or watching sheep traffic jams on winding mountain roads, the journey itself becomes part of the experience. So why is Georgia still underrated? One reason is simple geography. Many people just haven't heard enough about it yet, or they confuse it with the American state. Others may be unsure about the region due to its complex history or proximity to international conflicts. And while Georgia has faced challenges, including periods of political instability, it has also made enormous strides in recent decades, becoming safer, more connected, and more open to visitors from around the world. In fact, Georgia is one of the most accessible countries for travelers. Citizens of over 90 countries, including the EU, US, UK, Canada, and Australia, can enter visa-free and stay for up to 1 year. That's incredibly rare. Combine that with low costs, reliable internet, and a variety of climates, and you have a country that's increasingly attracting digital nomads, remote workers, and slow travelers. And speaking of safety, while every destination carries some risks, Georgia is generally considered safe for tourists. Crime rates are relatively low, and many travelers report feeling comfortable even when traveling solo. That said, always do your own research before any trip. Situations can change, and it's important to stay informed, respect local customs, and travel responsibly. In upcoming videos, we'll dive deeper into Georgia's incredible regions, from the wine trails of Kikiti and the medieval towers of Svaneti to the beaches of Batumi and the mystical ruins of Uplis-Psyche. Whether you're drawn to adventure, culture, nature, or cuisine, Georgia offers something that feels both ancient and fresh, familiar and completely new. So if you're looking for your next destination, somewhere rich in story, big on experience, and still flying under the radar, consider Georgia. Not the state, the country. Because Georgia isn't just underrated, it's unforgettable. Thanks for watching. Are you considering visiting Georgia?